Good morning, Good morning, Madam Presiding Officer, honorable members, spectating and viewing audience and supporters. This morning, I am privileged to represent the member for the Lowlands Lambo constituent and citizenry. Madam Presiding Officer, please allow me to share my views in this thought-provoking debate. SEA over the years has represented many things to many people, but to me, it represents a set standard which students can transition from one level of education to another. You see, Madam Presiding Speaker, in my opinion, SEA and any other formative assessment is a necessary requirement and cannot be dismissed as easily as some of my colleagues would have you believe. Approve or disapprove, this final assessment at the end of the primary education period is crucial. So whether it was the common entrance examination or secondary entrance assessment, the point I like to highlight today is that there must be something that we can use to measure the standard of readiness of our primary school students to transition on to the secondary level of education. According to Campbell, the genesis and history of Trinidad and Tobago's primary examinations started back in 1851 under Lord Harris, who saw the need to establish a system of secular government schools, then called ward schools, paid for out of local or ward rates. The intention was to integrate the laboring class and bringing children of various cultural backgrounds together. Over the years, however, the establishment of secondary schools did not keep pace with the enrollment of primary schools. And in December 1960, the Concordat was signed, and in order to facilitate the articles of the Concordat, the college exhibition exam was replaced the following year in 1961 with the common entrance examination, which some consider it to be a high-stakes exam, a winner-takes-all type of scenario. The conversation about abolishing the SEA examination has been going on almost as long as the debates over the common entrance examination, which preceded it. Over the years, there have been many arguments against this system of assessment. One of the best solutions taken within recent times was the elimination of failure from SEA examinations, guaranteeing that every student will have the opportunity to attend secondary school, and ensuring that the ones who did not reach the required standard go back, be remediated, and given the opportunity to try again. Though some of the arguments presented today by my esteemed colleagues may have some levels of merit, it is, however, to be noted that regardless of how it is done here in Trinidad and Tobago, some form of formalized assessment is essential and required for students to be able to transfer from one educational level to another. We cannot, at this time, purport to initiate zoning or the Montessori system of learning. We are a third world country who, though we made some noticeable strides and breakthroughs in education, can still in no way equate ourselves with the levels of resources, infrastructure, and training that the first world countries who utilize the Montessori strategies learning can facilitate. Over the years, there have been suggestions and efforts to try CAPE, Continuous Assessment Program. CAPE was
your speaking time has ended.
That the Assemblyman for Lowlands Lambo to be further extended by 1 minute.
Members, the question is that 1 minute of additional speaking time be given to the member. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any against say no. No. The ayes have it. Member, you have 1 minute additional speaking time. You may continue your presentation.
As we chart the way forward, we need to adopt a system that will allow us to grow into the educational system that we want, rather than tear down what we have worked with and what has been our foundation and cornerstone. The way forward calls for the replacement of a single examination, but we must reinvent the studies and options for the students that are not academically inclined. create a system of regular assessment that is not as high pressured, and continue remediation for weak and struggling students. We must now carefully formulate a form of assessment that will specifically meet the needs of our society and match the resources we have available. We must now invest in our teachers and infrastructure more. We must now meet our students on a holistic level and focus on propelling this generation forward so that they can continue to progress educationally. But until that is properly instituted, abolishing SEA at this juncture is not a sustainable or feasible option. Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer.